Okay, I was making my way to hello. Okay, I was making my way to Speaker's Corner from Soho from my walking tour, and I saw the streets are blocked off. So I parked my car up and I'm wandering around the corner to see a demo that I saw at the end of the street here. I assume it's still in the area. It might have marched off somewhere else, I don't know. We'll see in a minute. Down the street there, so let's go and have a look. I think it's around Oxford Circus. It's Palestine, but there's actually not a Palestinian flag there. So we'll see what it is. Maybe it's not a Palestine demo. Palestine demo or what?
Yeah, sure.
Is this funny flag?
I believe it. There was a small counter one at some point, but I think that's the Palestine.
Не може ли от тук направо?
Okay. Hello. Okay, there seems to be an Israel brigade here, going on about terrorist supporters. So let's see who they are. I presume, although the slogan sounds a bit more aimed at Israel. But okay, that's the madness we encounter. That's to be working, but the sound is fine, I assume. And this is actually the Israel brigade, so what's called the counter-protest as far as the problem's concerned. It seems this is working fine. Look what these are up to. Tell us what you're here doing here.
Where are you from? So I'm very selective.
It's a channel called Subject Access.
Sorry?
It's a channel called Subject Access, YouTube. Channel called Subject Access on YouTube.
Never heard of it.
Well,
What side
the
are you
world
on?
is like that.
The thing is, we are very often getting things distorted when we give interviews.
It's a live stream.
Yeah.
It's a live stream.
Okay, then I say a couple of words.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what do you say to those who say that Israel is terrorist? Because I heard you shouting terrorist supporters off our street.
I must
What would you say to that?
Before I joined the group, I made myself knowledgeable. Before I joined this group, I'm not a Jewish person.
Right.
I'm shocked about the ignorance of people, as some of these people cannot even name the famous river and the famous sea they are constantly shouting around.
Right.
Terrorists are people who use terror, who use violence systematically to kill off people of a different religion, of a different race, of a different sexuality. That does not happen in Israel. It happens in Gaza. It happens in most of the countries around Israel. These are the terrorists.
But, for example,
Sorry for shouting, because
okay,
otherwise
okay.
you can't hear me.
Very, very widespread coverage of the bombing the last couple of days, in which it's said about 300 women and children were killed.
Yeah.
If that was a bomb that blew up in Tel Aviv and blew up Jewish women and children, would that be a terrorist act?
You're doing a classic question of a classic Pali propaganda. Yeah, I know. You're just doing your thing. I know. The difference is that the strike on Gaza at the moment. I don't actually support them, to be honest. But the strikes on Gaza at the moment, there are strikes against terrorist organizations. There's a difference. Hamas has broken the hostage. Hamas has broken the ceasefire. Hamas got thousands of criminal suicide bombers out of Israel prisons to get them exchanged against hostages. What they sent back, if I call it now sending, is strangled. I'm repeating this. Strangled children. Fia Bibas was strangled with bare hands. The mother, we don't even know these people. Fia Bibas is a young boy. His brother, Ariel Bibas, is a very young boy. One of them is 2 years old, the other one is 5 years old.
Who are they?
They are hostages taken by Hamas terrorists during the 7th of October, during the massacre. And the massacre is called by BBC an incident, etc. Okay, just on the side. These people have been strangled with bare hands. And you know what they said? They've been killed in Israel airstrikes. Then forensic examination showed they have been strangled, and the children's body is anti-Israel. Yeah, they should hear it. Okay. The children have then been mutilated to pretend they have been bombed. So this is what goes on.
Are you saying that the figures like 200 children killed in the last week or so in the bombing, are you saying that's all false, is it?
Difficult, because we have got no sources. Israel has got a very wide spectrum of media. You've got left media like Haaretz in Israel.
I've been reading Haaretz, and Haaretz is calling it an atrocity. Haaretz is saying this is an atrocity.
Yeah, I just say there are different opinions on this. In Israel, you've got a spectrum of people saying different things. When you try to say a different thing in Gaza, you get killed. The Guardian, the left-wing Guardian, left liberal, have published an article. I have got it on my laptop. When Hamas was voted in by the people of Gaza, the first thing they did the next day is like the Nazis. They killed the opposition. They killed members of Fatah. Maybe your people have never heard of this. Fatah is another Palestinian organization. They have broken the limbs of children of Fatah supporters in school. This is the Guardian, it's a reliable source.
I heard that.
Sorry for shouting, it's just maybe I make myself.
I heard that Netanyahu at one time was supporting Hamas to oppose Fatah and to oppose any attempt to create a Palestinian state. Is that false?
This is a debate, a question. First, I'm against Netanyahu, by the way. As I said, Israel has got a wide spectrum. I don't like Netanyahu at all. But you know what happens? I was in Tel Aviv. I'm able to demonstrate in Tel Aviv on the soil like this against Israel government. Can you please try to demonstrate against Hamas? I would not dare it because my head would be like this. So that is the difference. I do not support Netanyahu, but I support Israel. It's the only democracy where women have got the same rights as men, where LGBT people have got the same right as straight people, where Palestinian women in Israel have got more rights in Israel as they have in Palestine.
So how many...
Sorry for shouting again.
How many Palestinian people need to be killed in order to achieve victory?
It's not about victory. It's not about victory. There is no victory. Everybody's losing. We've got already thousands of people being massacred there. They've lost. The parents have lost. The families have lost. Gaza, the problem with Gaza, ask your people, why did people vote in a genocidal terror organization into government? They were voted in the democratic elections. There was no putsch.
So they're democracies?
No, there were a democracy for one piece of elections. There were elections when Israel pulled out of Gaza, which your people also don't know. They pulled out. There were elections. The elections were actually supervised by international body, and the people in Gaza voted in genocidal terrorists as their government.
But then can't it be
so why are they now complaining? If you complain, why do you then...
Can't it be argued that Israelis have voted in genocidal people like Netanyahu, who you oppose?
I would still not call him genocidal. Genocide, you can
a lot
say...
of people do.
There's
a debate at the ICJ about
that. Yes, I know there's a debate, but it's still...
At the ICJ?
Yes, it's still nonsense. I appreciate Amnesty International. It's an amazing organization. What they are publishing is a complete joke. I cannot believe that someone like Amnesty International, who've got legal support, who've got experts in legal matters, think that a defensive war is genocide. This is a shocker. So many people...
When does a defensive war become a genocide?
A genocide is by definition a clear, structured attempt to kill people because of their religion or their ethnicity, etc. This is genocide.
And that's not happening in Gaza?
No, it's not, of course not, no. No, of course not. Oh, my God, Israel has won 10 or 12 Nobel Prizes, whatever. They are geniuses in many respects. They've got a very high, sophisticated technology. If Israel were to commit genocide, there would be, in one day, there would be nobody left. Israel knows what genocide is. The Israel and Jewish people have suffered genocide since the Middle Ages almost. If they did want a genocide, they would do it. Okay.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
So it's quite a noisy event here. I'll go along the demonstration along here. A lot of Muslims turn up today.
Guys, where's your skipper? Right, direction on, passing forward till it gets to him. Is that your section flow through, right? Yeah, he does. Just waiting there. Right, here goes, where we go now.
So several weeks back there were bans on people coming near the BBC, supposedly because there's a synagogue somewhere nearby, and that was the grounds to prevent a demonstration from leaving Trafalgar Square or leaving Whitehall, and a number of the leaders of that demonstration were arrested. And we now have a demonstration going near the BBC. The BBC seems to be quite well protected by police, as if people are going to attack it. And then the Israeli lobby also demonstrated outside the BBC, supposedly to counter the idea that the BBC is pro-Israeli. And there was a TV show broadcast with a young kid wandering around the rubble in Gaza, which the BBC took off their website after complaints from the Israel lobby. So we have a sort of weird propaganda campaign it is by Israel, let's face it. The Israelis are the ones who are really isolated on this, except for in the establishment. And the establishment seems to be very fully behind Israel, no matter what happens. You know, I mean, if this was, October the 7th is one thing, but if the Palestinians had done what the Israelis did last week, they'd be screaming and shouting from the rooftops. There's no doubt about it. The partiality of the representation of what's happening from the point of view of the pro-Israel and lobby is phenomenal. I mean, looks like we got a rabbi on the stage there.
Can I ask you
Okay, well, I think we've covered that a little bit, and I'm going to try and get down towards Speaker's Corner and do the Speaker's Corner video. Russia's crying as well. I don't know about that, but anyway.
What do you think he did against the
So this is a demonstration of overwhelming Muslim. I presume it's organised by one of the Muslim organisations primarily.
I hear that.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to try and find a way to drive around this and then go to Speaker's Corner. I'll do the stream from there for a bit. I'm going to halt this for now and then pause it for now. If I can't, I'll restart it or start a new stream from Speaker's Corner a little while I get there. I wasn't able to set up the thing to do to use both mics, but I will do a bit later. Okay, I'm just going to call a halt now, and I'll be back at Speaker's Corner as soon as I can get there, which at the moment I don't know how I'm going to drive through, but I'll figure a way out. So, see you guys later. I'll be up at Speaker's Corner in a few minutes time, I think. Maybe 15-20 minutes if I can get there. Find a way to get there. Okay.